Thursday, the 17th of May. I was busy all morning, afternoon, other work stuff. So I'm just jumping into the market now and looking to see if anything is interesting. The whole market is actually doing a lot better today. You can see this is the whole day of the TSX. It's up 0.35% compared to yesterday, so it's rebounding a little bit. So hopefully we'll be able to get in. I'm just looking at the sort of the most active stocks over the last hour, seeing if there's anything interesting. So first thing I see right away is BTO. I'm just seeing this 329 held for a long time here. We're back at 329. So I like this 200,000 number at 327. So I'm going to put a limit order at 328. Again, this is more just like a fishing thing. Let me get my calculator up here. Buy. Let's keep our eye on this one. So this is definitely one I'm looking for a couple of cent upswing at the most. Just this 330, 331 are fairly small. I think the low of day is 327. So I might be looking to get in at 328, get out at 330 or 331, perhaps, if I get in at 328. Okay, so I put that limit order in, 328. Let's keep our eye on it. This is another one that kind of has the same, not as good, but again, this 200,000 at 570. You see it's bounced from 572, was up in the 580s, it's come all the way back down to 572. So 571 might be interesting. Got some bids at 573 now. So we'll put it again a limit order at 571. $571 limit. All right, so we have two open limit orders. 571 for this K and BTO. BTO is going the right direction before we got in. It's pulled up to 331 on the ask. So we're trying to get in right here, but it looks like it wants to come back first. So we'll keep the limit order in there, and I will continue to look through, see if there's anything else that's interesting. So I found this EFN up pretty good for the day. I think it's hitting sort of the top end of where it can be. So I just want to keep my eye on this and look for a sell-off that could go. I saw a big number at 1090. Yeah, well, 1097 is pretty big. I just want to keep my eye on it because I think right in here, 1094, 1095, even down to 1092, if it does sell off a little bit, we could potentially get in down here with some support, depending on how these numbers go. So I'm just keeping my eye. Here's a fourth one I'm looking at. AIM. It's been traveling down. It's down 7% on the day. It gapped down a lot from 9 down to very low, and it's sold off to its lowest point in a long time. And I'm just seeing again these chunky numbers at 280, 281, and these smaller numbers pushing up. So could get on 284 right now. Stop out at 279. It's fairly low of day is 280. It's a pretty good point. Wish 282 had a bigger number, but I'm just gonna do a market and just keep my eye on it and maybe fill it if I feel good about it. If I see any of these numbers build, I think I'm just going to get in at market, which usually I don't do, but I think the risk reward here is fairly decent. Yeah, both these numbers grew a little bit, so I'm getting in at 284 right here. So we will see. So I've got my first purchase for the day, which is AIM 284, 3,500 units. It's just a smaller buy. It's just a small dollar stock. So I'll set a stop right away. 279. Which again, as I said, was low of day. 1 cent below low of day. So that puts my maximum risk on this at $189. So unfortunately, we could have now purchased at 282. So we might be testing this low again at 280. Let's see if anything else happened on here. So K is right close actually. Got some bids at 572. So we might get filled. We're at 571. And BTO we have a 328. This looks like it's bumping up. Might have not got in for the rise up. So AIM is coming to that 280 mark where that big chunky number was. So we will see. Either this is going to break back up or else get stopped out. But I like the numbers going up. You know, I like this 6,700, 2,700, 8,000 compared to this big chunky number and this big chunky number. So we'll see if 280 is the bottom. Hopefully it is. So 281 is down to 900 on the ask, which is good. So I guess I was a little impatient with the entry. Okay. Right here now. BTO. BTO limit is 328 right here. And this has not moved. That's the one I was just looking to see if it dropped off. We can get in. So it looks like it tested 280 again and bounced up, so that's good. It's now the second time it's bounced off 280. This one opened at above 3, yeah, 310 or so. All right, I will. Okay, it's 3 minutes before 3. AIM has rebounded a little bit, so we are pushing into 284 on the ask, which is good. So if this trend continues, it seems to have not got above like 285 for the last 45 minutes, but we're in the 292 ranges at around 2 o'clock, so it could push up. We'll keep our eye on like 286 number, and then maybe look at 290, 288. It's looking at the volume and the numbers and that sort of thing to figure out if it continues to go in the right direction when we want to get out. EFN still flat, nothing going on there. K actually is right at our buy limit. We haven't filled yet because there's a lot of shares there. Push up to 572, so we're still trying to get in at that 571 level, which I think is a good price, especially with these chunky numbers below. And BTO is still, we didn't fill BTO at 328, and it might come down there. And we're trying to fish, right? We're trying to get right close to a low a day. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So keep our eye on AIM. It's coming back down a little bit. So we will see. See what it wants to do. But again, even though if it's at 281, these are just really small numbers moving up. It's not like it's a big ask sitting at 282 or something preventing it from moving. I'll keep my eye on K to see if it does fill. Nothing yet. Oh, we got 472 bids now. Looks like it's moving up. Sorry, 572. Okay, AIM just smashed down and stopped us out for 1 second. Big volume sell off there. So should have hit our stop loss at $2.788. So that is a 196 loss. But I will keep my eye on it because it's low a day right now. Okay, we're not in. And BTO is still 2 cents too high. I added one more to look at, which is this ECA. Had a continual sell-off all day long until about 1 stopped at about 1450, 1455, and it came back into the 1480, and now it's selling off. So I was gonna look at it somewhere in here, 1460, let's say, if it gets down there. It looks interesting to me, so. It's funny when it stops you out and then just freezes on the exact number that you had for your stop. And then moves back up. Come on, K. Still a lot of bids. There's just not a lot of sellers at these numbers, which is going to be tricky to fill this one. All right, to be continued. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I don't think I'm getting it. The AIM was down to 277 and had a big chunky at 275. Lots of support there, so I had put a limit in at 276. But since then, in just the last couple of seconds, it's pulled up 2 more cents. So I do have a limit in again at 276 for AIM. So we will see. So the CCA, been watching it for a little while, and it's flattening out a little bit. I put a limit order in at very low at 1461. It's trading at 1469 right now, so this is down here. So we'll see. I like being just above the 1460 mark, and obviously above 1450 is useful too. So just sort of sitting and waiting. And AIM, oh, that finally came down. That might fill it. 276. Keep our eye on that one. K has not come down to where we need it to be to buy. BTO still flirting, but there's still bids 2 above us. And EFN is actually broken out of this, so that might be on the rise. That's interesting. So we'll see if we fill at 276 here. Oh, we filled at 276. So we're back into AIM, if you can believe it. We'll stop it at 273. Again, I'm just these hang on. 273. All right, gotta stop at 273. These like $2 and $3 and $4 stocks, they move. Each penny is so much more significant than, you know, a $20 stock or a $50 stock. So you really have to be wary. You know, a 10-cent loss on a $2 stock is like 3%, which is crazy. So we like this big ass number. You know, that buy at 275 is huge. And moving all the way up. There's not any numbers that compare until 290, right? So I like this buy a lot more than our 284 buy, but we'll see. You never know. Ooh, ACA is coming down a little bit. Still need more. K is ramping right up, so we're probably out of the mix on that one for sure. BTO, same thing. It's pushing up a little. Okay, so AIM's good. I'm liking where it's going. ECA is pulling down a little more. We're at 1461 for our order. 1461, so we're right here. It's hit this number like 3 times though and bounced up from it, so do kind of like it there where we have our limit order. Oh, AIM did it again. We're right at the crux of getting stopped out again. So we're at 273 on our stop market. That big sell at 275 is brutal. Yep, we're out. Just stopped us out just like that. Only partially filled, that's weird. Oh, not filled. So for 2 on AIM, that's brutal. I really like that spot too. I really like that spot. Oh well, so we got 272.9 average. Right at 2. $276. So that was 122 loss. So AIM has got us twice. You're dead to me, AIM. I don't like you anymore. Just brutal. All right, so let's look at ECA is continuing. It's broke through the low right here. So it's continuing on the downtrend. So we're trying to pick it up at this 1461. See the big chunky number at 1460. So I don't know whether it'll reach that or not. Again, there's 40 minutes left in the market. We still got this K at 768, right? Oh, sorry, I'm not in the right number. 571 is our limit on here. And BTO 328 right here. So we'll keep our eye on those two. We'll see if this ECA keeps in the downtrend, lets us get in. Looks like it's still pushing down. So if we get in at 1461, could stop 1454. We could go all the way to low of day 1450. Oh, we're still pushing down. I think we might get in at 1461. Looks like we're filling. Where are you? 1461. Still open. Still open. We're right on the cusp. We got works at 1462 now. I was hoping we were going to jam in there right at the bottom. On 1463. Dang it. Oh, we're so patient on that one. Well, 63 is shrinking. Two is shrinking. Big sell on the 63 now. Looks good that we're going to get into this one, I think. Where was the bottom? 269 for AIM. That's wild. Look at that drop in the last little bit. I just picked the premium times to get into a stock, eh? Oh, it looks delicious. No, that looks amazing. But AIM said to me. Yeah, looks like ECA. It's not gonna let me in. Tease me. Yeah, fan looks like it broke out above 11. I'm just going to delete that so I don't get confused. Okay, it's still up above a ways where we want to get in. BTO is the same, so I'm just going to sit on this ECA, see if we get in. Might be our last trade of the day. Or maybe we'll do no more. Just want to keep on watching AIM as well. It's crazy. It's selling off. Alright, if we get an ECA, I'll start again. Okay, I just put a limit order in on weed stock. Just looking around, I put it in at 813. So this is the chart for the day. And you can see 813, 812 has been sort of the bottom for entire afternoon. And before the super low, low of day in the morning, the low before that was like 806. So I also like this chunky number at 812. So keep my eye on that one. ECA still isn't let me in. Still a few cents away. K is still up. BTO is still up. AIM is still being an ass. And so we'll see if we fill in this weed. Oh, 813. Are we starting to fill here? Still open. Come on, let's fill something. It's 332. So for stop for this one, I got a couple choices. I could go sort of to 807. I could go to 805. I'm not going to go all the way to low of day because that'd be a ridiculous sell-off. I might do 805 if I get in at 812, 7 cents, or 813, sorry. 805 makes sense. Right here. See if we can fill. Somebody sells something. Looks like ECA is ramped up. I think I missed by a penny. Probably my limit order on that one. I think if I had been 1462, I would have filled almost for sure on that one. Still waiting to fill this weed. game hit its bottom finally? Did it finally hit its bottom? 269. Wow, where did we get out the second time? 273, 4 cents from maybe the bottom, but who knows. Still patiently waiting to fill at 813. Uh-oh. Shit, are we gonna do it again? Oh no, maybe not. It's part of the thing about the limit order versus just the market order is you can sometimes miss a big move by just a penny. Like this ECA, if we got in at 1462, I'm not saying it's going to continue up, but looks like we certainly sort of had the right idea that was going to be near the bottom for this move. Come on, fill yourself. Maybe I should try a day where I only market trade, like I only buy and sell at market and don't try and limit order things. I don't know. Poopy. I don't know if we're gonna fill this weed. We're bouncing, but we're just not getting filled. I think it's worth it to take an extra penny. Bumps up again to 814. I'm gonna take it at 814, I think. These guys are still unavailable at my limit orders. And ECA has come back up, so that one's out. Let's see if we can fill this. See, that's all me. 2,500 at 813. Anyone sells right now, I get them. Oh, looks like we finally got in. All right, we're in at 813. So what did I say for my stop? Just below here, 805. Go 804 to be safe. $804. Okay, so we got into weed at 813. And we're now facing this chunky number. Stop market 804. Okay. I like it. Especially with this gap here. It's a good sign. No one wants to sell at 813. BTO is still 2 cents away from filling. We're at 328, and it hasn't moved there most of the afternoon, so that's unlikely. K, same thing. We're at 571. Down here, hasn't touched this in a while. Then ECA, like I said, we almost got in at 1461, but just missed it. I think it pushed into 1462 right down here, but we missed it. And we got into weed at 813 because of this big chunky 812 number. And hopefully we're going to move in the right direction here. It's capped out a few times in the 820, 821s. There is only 20 minutes left in the market now. So I'm going to cancel my limit orders on K because I don't want to get in and then have to sell within moments. And I will cancel my limit order on BTO. BTO is actually pushed up, or K is pushed up to 575. That's too bad. So these two are gone. EC, I just want to watch for shits and giggles. And weed, we will see what it wants to do. It's right around break even for the day. I'll cancel ECA too because I don't think we're getting in that one at 1461. So cancel that limit order. All right, we're sitting at 3 minutes to market close. Wheat stock sort of just flatlined for the last 15 or 20 minutes. You can see there's a gap now. A few little sellers at 812, 813. But we just got our finger on the trigger. Just gonna dump it in a minute or two. Take our lumps. 2.5 minutes left in the market. Hope for a little bit of a fill here. Take a cent or two loss, but I don't want to hold it overnight. All right, we got 2 minutes left. A little bit of bids at 811. 812 still tiny. I don't think we're going to make any money, but we might be able to get out even. Okay, got a gap to 813. It's a good sign. 811's bigger now. One minute left. Volume is tremendously low though. Just very, very quiet. See if we can get an extra penny. 45 seconds. Let's go 812. Nothing. All right. If I fill here, it'll fill mostly at 811, a little bit at 810. Okay, there's 27 at 811 now. There we go. We got a little bit at 812. 20 seconds though. Let's go. Fill that number a little bit bigger. 15 seconds. Click it in, 2, 1, click it. Sold off at a bunch of different numbers. It filled at an average of 8.113. So 8.113. That's 8.113. So it was just $56 loss on that one. So today, 3 trades, all losers. Just got into the aim, which was ridiculous. It still sold off here. It still continued to go down. Ended at 265. So it was not done. It was not near the bottom there like I thought it might have been. It just thought it was leveling here, but it's kept on going. So that is my afternoon. Not so good, 0 for 3, but nothing too significant. And we'll try again tomorrow.